what? I expected this to taste better. I expected the meal to be bigger. I expected more out of this. It's like we've supersized everything in the world. Our music didn't get supersized. We lost the supersized music. So that's what we're hoping is going to happen again, is that all of the rock bands are going to return to the greatness of being, when you come to our show, it's supersized. You don't even need to pay extra to order it. That's just what you're going to get.
Yeah, you get the music plus a whole bunch more. So
exactly, and it should be just a given.
Yeah.
But, again, a lot of kids have been through a point in time where they didn't get that. They kind of lost it. It got lost in the process. So it's like now I think, and there's so many people, I mean, it's like even I see on the networks now where they're talking, they're like, I feel I missed my time. I was born at the wrong era.
Sure.
That is a very common thread, which is because, it's like emo, dismal, depressing, I want to kill myself. Sure, there's good guitar playing, the band's rock to a degree, but the message in the music is, I'm unhappy. And it's like, no. I got enough unhappiness. It's like, get happy. I got a beer, I got a broad, life's okay. What am I bitching about?
A lot of people come up to us because they know, we do this kind of on the side, but it's grown real big and we're real proud of it. So a lot of people come up to us when we're at the bar, when we're at the restaurant. We live in a small town here, and they'll come up and they'll start talking about their experiences with the music, Mike and Richard, and it's just like, we talk about it as kind of a dead thing, but you know what? It's really coming back, guys. I can really feel it. I think that you guys, I think that this thing with retrospect, you're really striking while the iron's hot. I think that could be a big thing. I mean, I really think that, and I don't belong in a sane asylum yet. I mean, I can still kind of reason a little bit, but I really think it's coming back. I want you guys to talk about where you think you guys are going with this release with retrospect. Are there going to be more studio albums? Is there going to be a tour?
Right. Yeah, I'll break it down. See what's going on right now is that we're doing the 3 albums, and initially we were approached as a re-release, and then as we did that, then that's when Sam literally said, "Well, how many songs do you have, Richard?" And I go, 100. And he's like, "You're kidding me." I'm like, "No." He goes, "You really got 100 songs?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh my God!" And that's where he came up with this. I don't want to release 1 album. I want to release 3. I don't want to release them all at one time. And then upon that, and then he said, "Do you have a new 4th one?" And I go, "Yeah." "You want to sign for 4 or 5?" So he said, "Well, we'll go with 4 for now." I'm like, "Okay, we'll go with 4." So what we've been doing for since April, because in April we finished up the 4 new old songs for the Lost in America release. Mm-hmm. We returned to our studio, the Batcave, got Bill back in the band, and we're now up to song number 9 of the new Lynzee release. And if I were to sum it up, it's far darker and it is heavier.
Right.
It's like I'm not a happy-go-lucky guy so much as I might have been at one point in time, and life's had a tendency to expose me to the underside of it all. But our music's just I don't know. I like to move people with a darker feel, more aggressive, and I'm not talking about Pantera dark. It's like we have our Megadeth moments, and then we have songs that. Yeah, even as far as that might be lighter fare, but they're still dark in color and timbre, and I guess you could even say depressing in some ways. So, but we do have a fully new sound of Lynzee ready to hit everybody over the heads at the beginning of the new year, and it's just that this is going to be just a springboard for a whole new movement, which is pretty much what I think you were pointing out, what the hope is. So, yes, everybody, there will be a brand new Lynzee release. It's all new music. It's all new material. It's just a decision whether there's going to be 11 songs, 13 songs, or 18 songs on it.
Great. That's super news, guys. Let me ask you this, Mike. If the Viper Room calls you now, what's even still in business out there? If the Troubadour, if they called you tomorrow and said, if they called you this afternoon when we got off the phone and said, "We need Lynzee here to headline on Saturday night," would you guys be ready?
Would we be ready, Michael?
Depends on how many beers I've had before I get the phone call.
Good point.
You know what? I would love to say yes, but seriously, we've been in studio mode.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to do a half-ass show and let anybody down.
Right.
If they wanted a show tomorrow, no.
Yeah.
If they wanted a show in 2 weeks, yeah. But I want a couple days to put it together and orchestrated enough that we know we can pull off all the songs and give everybody a good show.
But the one irony of that question, which is very interesting, is that one of Lynzee's reputations back in the day that we were the band that did exactly what you just said. we were the guys that got called on Friday night. Can you guys come fill in tomorrow at the Vipe Room? Yeah, we'll be there. We were the guys that got called and said, that's it. We were that band. We were the band that anytime somebody bailed, we were there. If the Troubadour called and said, oh, man, God, Tough can't make it in, sure, what the hell, we're there. But it doesn't matter. So, yeah, as far as our core belief, absolutely. But at the same time, with the water under the bridge and the time that's been gone by, we want to get everything, we're getting everything up to the point of up and running. We want to have product available for all the people. And also, thanks to guys like you and these other networks we're working at and all the internet radio stations, we're starting to get tons and tons of airplay. And I mean, it's like in Germany and Japan and that things are going really, really well for us, and everybody's chomping at the bit for it. So I'm figuring, as we get a few more months down the road here, the new album's just about ready to drop. We are hopefully going to be in a position where if somebody makes the call and they need it, we can be there.
Yeah, that's great.
And deliver.
Yeah. That's the main thing. We just went over, the live show, and it's not just plugging in a guitar and going. It's it's the full visual and all that stuff too. So staying with
expectations. You've seen the website. People see all this glowing wind. It's like if they come in and they see three guys, nothing. It's like where's Lynzee? Who are these clowns?
Three guys in Levi's and T-shirts isn't going to get it done. So yeah. Keeping with the live show, I want to talk to you, Richard. What was it like, the retrospect stage there at Rocklahoma? We've been to Rocklahoma. We didn't go in 09, but we were there in 07 and 08 and covered it. We're able to get backstage in 08, and it was just a real big event. It kind of brought things back into a lot of perspective for us. I just wanted to know what it was like for you playing on the retrospect stage and getting that respect being on Sam's label.
As far as Rocklahoma goes, we were invited to go, but unfortunately, the time that it actually was going on is Bill, our drummer, he's a session drummer. Right. And he's playing with Hiroshima in a week. I mean, he's that good. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that gets invited to go play festivals in Africa. I mean, he's amazing, and unfortunately, he had prior commitments that we just couldn't get him, to jump on board and do the show with. And at the same time, much like now, here we are hitting October, and the albums are releasing, to go and hit the retrospect stage without product available for people to buy and see. Because that's one of the things that we heard regarding some of the Rocklahoma shows is that people would see these bands, much like ourselves at our stage, playing the retrospect stage, going, "Damn, these guys are great. Too bad I don't really know their music, or I can't buy an album, or I don't